Well, the Tigers rolled into town last night, and they had their hitting shoes on in the opening game of this four-game set, taking game one. And we are ready to play some baseball here on this Friday night. Game two of the four-game series against the visiting Detroit Tigers from the Big A. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and while J.C. Ramirez struggled last night out on the mound, Matt Shoemaker will toe the slab tonight for Mike Scioscia and the Angels. And Matt has had his issues, of course, this season, but throughout his career, Gooby, he's had some pretty good numbers against the Tigers.
Yeah, no matter what he's done, whenever he faces his hometown team, the Detroit Tigers, he seems to throw the ball exceptionally well, and his fastball command very good. Look at those numbers when you think about ERA 1.01, 26 and 2/3 innings pitches, 3 earned runs allowed for Shoe against the Tigers. Why? He's able to throw that slider. He's been able to back up his fastball inside and open up that outer part of the plate for his split finger fastball, which has been very good against the Tigers. That's going to be very important because we know what they can do, especially early in counts, whether it's a breakable, the get-over variety, or a fastball. They're going to be aggressive. Throw that split early, but make sure it's down below the strike zone.
The Angels' offense was stymied a little bit by Michael Fulmer last night. Jordan Zimmerman's on the mound for the Tigers today. A little change as far as the lineup is concerned. Trout back in the 2 spot, and Cole Calhoun drops to the 5 spot. See if the Angels' offense can get going. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A on this Friday night with the Ducks playing across the way. We'll see how the Ducks do. Let's see what the Angels can do tonight. Sit back and relax. Going to bring you the lineups in the first pitch when we return. Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is being brought to you by our local Southern California Land Rover retailers. By Jack in the Box, come try the new guacamole and bacon chicken sandwich only at Jack in the Box. And by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. Trying to even up the series at a game apiece and trying to figure out the offensive side of things. We mentioned with the open at Mike Trout back in the number 2 spot, and Mike Scioscia just trying to mix and match and find the right combination to get guys somehow clicking all together in the lineup, which has not really happened a whole lot, except for that stretch where the Angels played comeback late in games. Aside from that, though, from a consistency standpoint, innings 1 through 7, we haven't really seen that yet.
Yeah, considering all the injuries to the pitching staff, whether it's the starting staff or bullpen, I think the pitching staff has really done a pretty solid job. And you're right, it's really coming down to the offense, the inconsistent offense. But you know, at some point they will turn it on, and hopefully tonight is the night for them to be able to do so.
Let's take a look at the lineup for Brad Ausmus and the Detroit Tigers with the victory last night. They find themselves at 17-16 at the start of the day. A game back in the American League Central, and Ian Kinsler will lead things off. He had the 3-hit game last night. He's at second base. Nick Castellanos is at third. Miguel Cabrera at first. Victor Martinez, a DH and cleanup hitter. Justin Upton had a home run yesterday in the first inning. He's in left field. JD Martinez activated off the disabled list. This will be his first action of the season. Alex Avila is behind the plate, batting seventh. Andrew Romines in center. Jose Iglesias is batting ninth and playing shortstop. Taking on Matt Shoemaker. Comes into this one with a 1-2 mark of 5.21 ERA. This will be his 8th start of the season.
Yeah, and his fastball is 89-94. Slider, percentage of sliders thrown this season so far up. Curveball and split finger fastball with percentages down a little bit last year compared to what he threw last season. A very devastating splitter. Look for him to throw that one again tonight, especially establish a fastball in. He's got a good fastball with good late action on it. Established a fastball, but finish off hitters with that splitter.
Let's take a look at the defense for the Angels tonight. Cameron Maybin's at left, Mike Trout's at center, Cole Calhoun in right, so Mike back in the lineup as a center fielder. Canel Escobar and Andrelton Simmons on the left side, Cliff Pennington, Luis Valbuena on the right. Martin Maldonado, even after getting hit by a pitch last night on the wrist, back behind the plate.
And Mike Trout out in center field. First start since May 5th in that center field position. So much better as not only defender out there for Trout, but also he hits much better when he's playing the field. Just 1 error and 3 assists in his last 105 games out in center field for Mike Trout.
Tigers last night with 11 hits, stranded 7 men on base. The Angels only had 4 hits, as Fulmer was very dominant in his performance in picking up the victory. His 4th of the year, 7 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a hit batter for Fulmer. JC struggled with his start. Long ball early. 3-run shot in the first, 2-run shot in the second.
Settled down, did a real nice job for the next 5 innings, though.
Which is a bad combination when you've got an offense that's not clicking, falling behind by that many runs early.
And a lot of times as a starter, when you give up some early runs and you put up some zeros after that, you find yourself in position to pick up a W. But that, the offense is not there, and Fulmer was real good.
Kinsler behind in the count at no balls and 2 strikes. It's a 3-hit game last night at 228 now in the season. 3 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs.
There's a big part already here for Shoemaker, whether he wants to try to sneak a fastball by Kinsler or start off with that split finger fastball with 2 strikes.
In tight. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kinsler fouls it back. Fastball upstairs.
Kinsler's pretty good on fastballs upper part of the strike zone, though, as you can see by that swing.
One thing that has stood out for Shoemaker, the long ball stood out for pretty much the entire staff, but 18 walks so far this year.
When you go back to what he's done in the last 2 starts, 11 1/3 for Shoemaker, 7 walks, 9 strikeouts. He was a guy last year almost 5-to-1 ratio as far as strikeout to walks. Not quite 2-to-1 so far this season. Although when you look at his career, early part of the season, has struggled. Now when you get into the month of May, this is the time where he turned it on last season. Hopefully this is a good start for him tonight to get on a roll again.
Hit towards second base. Pennington's there. There's the first out of the game.
That's always a good sign, taking that barrel of the baseball and using it to your direction right there for Shoemaker. That's just off the end of that bat. Not a lot of sting to that swing from Kinsler.
So bases clear for Castellanos. Third base with inning 248. Had a 1-for-4 game yesterday with a single and a run scored. Fastball in for a strike. Mark Wagner calling the balls and strikes tonight. Mike Michlinski at first. Marty Foster at second. Mike Winters, the crew chief, at third base. Generous strike zone last night for Mike Winters. 1 ball, 1 strike. Crowd still filing in here. The Ducks we mentioned playing over at the Honda Center, even though it will forever be known as the Pond.
It's a lot of energy around this area.
They started around 6, just after 6 o'clock. Shoemaker ahead of the count at 1-2. See the traffic, the Friday traffic on the 57.
It's always fun.
Not that I needed to qualify with Friday traffic.
This
as opposed to Monday, Tuesday. 1-2. Downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That was a good pitch there for Shoemaker. Even though it was not a strike, it tracked well. It started in the strike zone, then dropped right out at the end. A little split finger fastball here.
Castellanos goes down swinging, 2 down.
Now that was a perfect split finger fastball there from Shoemaker. Stayed back well. Good mechanics. Stayed back longer on that pitching rubber than had a good downward action. Watch where this pitch starts and then ends up to get a swing and miss at 86. That's vintage split finger fastball by Matt Shoemaker. Been very good in his last 12 home starts. 88 punch outs. His 14 walks, 6-2 mark.
Cabrera takes a strike.
Overall in his career here at the Big A, 16-14 with a solid 3.09 for Shoemaker.
That's driven out towards center. Playable for Trout. Towering shot. Shoemaker with a 1-2-3 first. Way to the bottom of the first. Escobar, Trout, and Pujols coming up to face Jordan Zimmerman. We're scoreless. Lineup for the Halos, game number 38. The Angels at 17-20 on the season. We'll have Yunel Escobar leading things off at third base. Mike Trout at center. Albert Pujols DHing. Luis Val playing at the cleanup hitter at first base. Cole drops down to the number 5 spot. He's in right. Cameron Maben's in left. Andrelton Simmons at shortstop. Martin Maldonado behind the plate. Cliff Pennington is batting ninth and playing second base. They are taking on Jordan Zimmerman in his second season with the Tigers. Seventh start, 3-1 with a 6.21 ERA.
Fastball is 90-94, slider, curveball, changeup. My go-tos to be successful against Zimmerman is track fastball middle up. He throws a lot of four-seam fastballs up, and that has been the pitch. It's been very difficult for him to get outs and score early against them, especially in that first inning. Put some doubt into his mind. He's been struggling his last 3 starts, so you got to make sure you square up that fastball early on.
'30-year-old native of Auburndale, Wisconsin. Facing Yudel Escobar here in the bottom of the first. And the first fastball was in for a strike. Escobar hitting .272. 7 doubles, 5 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Yudel with a 3-hit game yesterday. 2 singles and a double. Also picked up an RBI. Two balls, 1 strike. Zimmerman last year, 19 games, 18 starts, 9-7, a 4.87 ERA for the Tigers. Spent some time on the disabled list. Originally a Nationals second-round pick in 2007. This is lifted out to right, ran that fastball up and in. 1 away. Tigers on the defensive side of things will have Justin Upton out in left field. Andrew Romine's in center. J.D. Martinez in right. Castellanos, Iglesias, Kinsler, and Cabrera from third to first, and Avila behind the plate.
And right on cue, J.D. Martinez out in right field, getting that first start in right field this season. When you go back a couple seasons ago, very good out in right field. 2015, 148 games with 15 outfield assists in his 2 errors. Struggled a little bit last season with 6 errors and only 3 assists. With that foot injury, you're going to try to take that extra base more than likely if he's got to go left to right on the ball in the gap.
Trout in the number 2 spot, and his 17-game hit streak come to an end last night. He'll go for 4. Served as a DH. He'll take that pitch in to even the count at 1-1. Back at .342 on the year. 8 home runs, 21 runs batted in. That's driven out toward right center field. Tailing away from Romine, and Romine reaches out and robs Trout of extra bases. Nice play by Andrew. 2 down.
And keep in mind, that's a middle infielder playing center field. Good buddy Andrew Romine making a really good play on that baseball hit from Trout. Trout staying back, timing a little bit better already tonight. Lines out one in the right center field, but Romine tracks it down just in front of the wall. Reaches out. Very good play by Romine.
So 2 outs, nobody on for Albert. Albert hits one out toward center field. A little bit easier play for Romine. Makes the catch. And the Halos down in order on 3 fly ball outs, but in the second, no score.
to the plate, and Victor Martinez, especially of late in his career, teams put the shift on him quite a bit. And back on May 1st with the shift on against Cleveland, Trevor Bauer on the mound for Cleveland bunts that ball right down the line. That was his first bunt hit since 2005 for Victor Martinez. The shift on here once again for the Angels. Pennington out in the outfield grass. Anthony Simmons towards that second base bag, and you know us, we're well off the bag at third base.
Oh, when you've had almost 2,000 hits in your career, you don't have to bunt too often. But if they give it to you, why not take it?
What a good hitter he has been throughout his career. Line drive, gap power from both sides of the plate. Can turn on the ball, hit it out of the yard also.
Catcher when he first came up. One ball, one strike on Victor, the DH. 270 batting average. 5 doubles, a home run, 18 RBIs. 1 for 4 yesterday with a double and a walk.
Well, speed pitch there from Shoemaker.
There's the 1-2. See a foul.
Maldonado wanted that split finger fastball thrown on the inside part of the plate. A lot of times he'll try to sneak a fastball in after throwing that pitch on the inside corner. See if we'll run that in there. Maldonado looking at the stance, footwork there for Victor Martinez. I wonder if he'll be looking in. Going away. A lot of times you'll see that as a catcher to look to see if a hitter will be trying to cheat on a pitch, move closer to the plate, move further away from the plate. It determines what sign you'll put down.
Two balls, two strikes.
Pretty amazing to see Maldonado back in the lineup after getting hit on the wrist and foul ball right off the mask earlier in the game. He is one tough guy. That's exactly what Mike Scioscia said. You know, it's tough to keep him out here. He wants to play every day. So important to the staff.
That's out toward right center field. Trout moving back. He'll pull up. This one's off the wall. Martinez going to try to stretch it into a double and throw Sales on him. It's a leadoff double for Victor Martinez to start the second. 6th of the season for Martinez.
And Trout played that pretty well. I thought he had a shot at him. That throw drifted towards the shortstop position instead of the base. Going down the heart of the plate. Martinez doesn't miss that often. And Trout fielded that perfectly. But the throw goes up shortstop side of the base.
Nobody out on the man at second. Here's Justin Upton. Upton's only hit last night, a 3-run home run in the first inning. 1 for 5. We'll take that's a pretty good pitch. Yeah, that's over the heart of the plate. .262 average for Upton. Hit his 7th last night. Now with 19 RBIs. Tigers last night 3 for 11 with men in scoring position. 295 as a team.
Good fastball there. 93 from Shoemaker.
Well, Shoemaker's allowed the double to Martinez. Don't have to worry about him a whole lot. Station to station runner.
Hope we really keep him close. Big lead for him. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two on count. JD Martinez on deck. 3 balls and a strike.
Back-to-back splitters that didn't catch the strike zone. The last 2 games out for Shoe, 57% strikes basically the last 2 games, which is unusual for him when you think about it. Look back at that run he had last year before getting injured. He was upper 60s as far as strike percentage.
Three one count. Challenge it with a fastball. Full boat.
I think you could right back with a fastball again. I know the split finger fastball is his best pitch, and it may work on him also. But tardy on the fastball.
Full count. Martinez over at second. He's upstairs, an off-speed pitch.
Dangerous spot with a splitter upstairs.
Trout shading up to the opposite way toward the alley right center. Valbuena off the line at first. Try another 3-2 pitch. And he walked him. Just down and away. The first 2 have reached for the Tigers here to start the second. And here comes Martinez for his first at bat of 2017.
Yeah, that 3-2 pitch, that fastball, just a little bit low. I think if he throws that pitch to pitch before, you're going to see Upton was going to go after that pitch.
"14 pitches. The first 2 batters for Shoemaker here to start the second. JD Martinez, 120 games last year, hit .307, 22 home runs, 68 RBIs. Swing and roll one through the right side. Pennington can't get there, as Martinez advances to third, and they are loaded up. That is, my friends, a seeing eye single.
Yeah, you would think when you throw that pitch and you see a swing like that, you're going to get a couple outs with it. Instead, it's a base hit. Ran in on him, and this rolls through that hole between first and second into the outfield. Fortunate enough with Victor Martinez at second, not able to score on that single.
So Alex Avila, catching tonight, is behind the plate, up at the plate now. A pretty good start to his season. .360 with 4 home runs, 13 runs batted in. It's a .467 on base percentage. Nobody out. Victor Martinez standing at third. Justin Upton at second. JD Martinez at first base. Avila have an odd swing on that fastball. And it's no balls at a strike.
Look at the limited damage here if you're Shoemaker. See if you can get a ground ball double play.
Avila last year, 57 games with the White Sox at .213. All-star with the Tigers back in 2011. At .295 that season with career-high 19 home runs and 82 runs batted in. Now 30 years of age. Scoreless here in the second, but Detroit threatening. Nobody out, the bases loaded. 1-1. High fastball.
That's a pretty good life on his fastball so far tonight. 93 with movement too.
You're getting some odd swings
because they're sitting and looking splitter or slider. We've talked about percentage of sliders being up so far this year for Shoe. Around 23% slider this year.
One-two count. Plays off. And Romine on deck.
On a 2-2 count, you have options. You can still throw that splitter. If you fall to 3-2, you have to challenge with a fastball here. This pitch right here for Shoemaker, very, very important.
Two on the way. Avila strikes out swinging. One down. Second strikeout for Shoe.
A big strikeout for Shoemaker. Really finished him off on the 2-2 split finger fastball. See the different spots of the plate, starting with a fastball away, a couple fastballs away to splitters, down and in, and then that finally that splitter at 86, splitting the plate, but late movement straight down to get a swing and miss.
Romine now at the plate. Center fielder went 1 for 3 last night with a 2-run home run into the right field corner. Takes a strike.
And that pitch was on the inner half of the plate, very similar to that pitch right there from Shoemaker.
Andrew 244, a couple of home runs, 10 runs batted in. Wasn't even scheduled to play last night. Jim Ducey was a scheduled starter. He's been since placed on the disabled list with an oblique strain. That's why Martinez was activated off the DL.
0-2. Yeah, it's the time now if you're Cameron Maven. I think you take a step or so in left field. As Andrew Romine with 2 strikes on him in protect mode to take away that potential flare his way.
Tigers this year with the bases loaded prior to the Avila at bat, a .346 team batting average with a home run. Shoemaker struck out Avila for the first down. And ahead here on Romine. Roll a foul.
I think we'll have a quick conversation with Martin Maldonado, go out to Shoemaker and say, okay, listen, I'm going to keep this splitter in front of me. You can even bounce it now. Because if you try to go upstairs on the fastball, that's the kind of pitch where a hitter can flare into the outfield or hit the ball in the air.
23 pitches thrown by Shoemaker here in the second. Double by Martinez, up and walked, and J.D. Martinez a base at the right before Avila punched out. Another 0-2 on the way. Slow roller right side. Valbuena to the backhand. Comes home for the force out. 2 down.
That's a great decision there. Would have been a difficult play to turn a double play. Get that out at home. Knowing Victor Martinez is the runner going down the line. Not a wear and tear on those legs. Perfect throw from Valbuena. Now an opportunity to get through this inning for Shoemaker with no damage. Got it on the backhand. Quickly makes the throw to home to be able to get the force out. Again, Simmons was at second base, but I still think it's a difficult play running back for Shoemaker to be able to cover the base to get a 3-6-1 double play, get the shore out at home.
Iglesias, the shortstop at the plate. Swings first pitch, lost one to left field. Cameron Maybin coming on. And Shoemaker works around a bases loaded, no out situation. We'll head to the bottom of the second with no score.
Able to do, and it's worthy of a Carlos Cam replay. You're talking about the team with the 4th most runs scored in the American League. And a nasty split finger fastball against Avila. Good pitch on the lower part of the strike zone. Solid play by Valbuena at the plate. And then a little slider. Iglesias out in front. Lazy fly ball to Cameron Maybin. And the emotion for Matt Shoemaker continues to throw the ball well. Put up a 0 there, even with the bases loaded and no outs.
Zimmerman had himself a 1-2-3 first. Will face Valbuena, Calhoun, and Maybin here in the second. These are the situations in which the Angels offense needs and should pick up Shoemaker.
Yeah, that momentum shift after getting through that inning with no damage done. Team with 165 runs scored coming into the game. Put up a 0 there with the bases loaded, no outs.
Valbuena 6 for 26 with the Angels. A home run, 3 RBIs. This one headed toward the seats. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's the shortstop Iglesias on the shift. They move Castellanos, the third baseman, over to the second base side. And leave the shortstop at home on the left side of the infield.
See Valbuena shaking his head just a bit on that one on a 2-0 count. Got underneath that swing. That's the one where you want to get that baseball out in front and do some damage to it.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Guess they needed to appeal that one. Bat just about hit his back.
This stretching.
2-2. Zimmerman gets a high fastball, and Valbuena turns on it near the wall. JD Martinez, that's gone. Off the top of the fence, big fly for Luis Valbuena. 1-0 Halos.
What do we say about getting some of those fastballs upper part of the strike zone? That's exactly what Luis Valbuena did on that one. Second home run of the season. 4th RBI. And the Angels do answer right away after Shoemaker put up the 0. Fastball up. Avila wanted that fastball lower part of the strike zone. Turned on it, got the barrel of the bat, cleared that hip, and gets the barrel with some lift to it, and gets it out to right field. It's above that 365 sign in the corner and over the wall. We saw that off the top of the wall in Oakland the other day. This time the Angels have that magic.
Cole swinging first pitch, fouls it off. That's that pitch too to Valbuena that been a trouble spot for Jordan Zimmerman. He's got knocked around quite a bit on.
It's his 9th home run he's allowed this season. 34 1/3.
Cole rips one into right field, a base hit. So he's on board. Nobody out, and Maben coming up. Some sound of the last 2 batters.
Going into my Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful. A little Jeff Healy band, Angel Eyes. In other words, put yourself into good counts to do some damage. So far in this inning, they have. Cole shoots that ball hard to right. Valbuena out to right center field on a high fastball.
Maben a .200 average, 4 doubles, a home run, 7 RBIs. 0 for 3 last night with a couple of strikeouts.
Long look to Ron Renicky to get Cameron Maben going. Mike Scioscia will do this quite a bit with a struggling hitter. He'll hit and run. That way he can track the baseball better. Tiger sensing it also.
Takeaway too from the second inning, top of the inning. Shoemaker getting out of it. George Zimmerman has been the recipient of quite a bit of run support. 7.8 runs per start this year. That's why he's 3-1 with an ERA over 6.
I remember I had a bullpen coach once tell me, it's not how you pitch, it's when you pitch.
When you pitch, yeah. Well, Shoemaker was the beneficiary of some terrific run support a couple of years ago.
Last year's Cy Young Award winner for the Boston Red Sox, Rick Porcello, former Tiger, got a ton of run support from the Red Sox offense.
Calhoun on the move. Maben doesn't swing the throw down. One hops, gets away from Kinsler, but not far enough for Cole to advance.
First stolen base of the season for Cole, 20th for the Angels this season. And Cole looking back, you would think that means there's a hit and run on.
And Maben just didn't swing the bat.
And if Kinsler's able to control that baseball, that short hop, he's going to get Cole. That baseball went right into the slide of Cole Calhoun. And Avila's been very good as far as throwing out base stealers so far this year, 43% before allowing that stolen base.
And not a whole lot of fuzz on the throw for him, but he's a quick release guy.
Yes.
Gets rid of it very quickly. Man in scoring position. 3-0 count on Maben. Angels last night over 2 with men in scoring position. A trouble spot for the Angels this year. 221 as a team now.
I would not be surprised if Maben is swinging, even though only a 200 batting average. If he gets a fastball that he can hit and drive.
Three and 1.
Touching the lower part of the strike zone. Very important at the very least for Cameron Maybin. He hits the ball to the right side of the infield.
Handles up 1-0 on the Valbuena home run to start the second. Full count. And Simmons on down. Zimmerman twice an All-Star with the Nationals, 2013, 2014, 19-game winner in 2013. He's lost a little bit of the fastball. He's coming over to the American League. 3-2, and there's a walk.
Well, so far in this game, besides that walk there to Maybin, everything has been hit in the air against Zimmerman. We've seen that fastball velocity down, location of his fastball have been down. Ground ball percentage way down this season for Zimmerman as he compared to what he was like in the past. Ground ball percentage at 23.4% this season. 40.5% or better last 8 seasons. You're talking about a career mark of 43.3% ground ball percentage, way down, nearly 20%. A lot of fly ball action, hence a lot of home runs against him this year.
Simmons takes down and away. The other thing that stands out for Jordan Zimmerman is the batting average against. It's been trending upward. Go back to that 19-win season with the Nationals. It's 239, which is very good. But since then, 244, 264, 284 last year. It's 311 this season.
Just a couple years ago, I thought he was one of the best pitchers in the game.
So did the Tigers. That's why they signed him. Big money contract.
I mean, he's got a wicked slider like you see on that one right there. You have an ERA at 2.65 for a season. He did back in 2014. Also has thrown a no-hitter. Now that's that nasty slider. He's thrown 2 really good ones. For Simmons, you can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to hit the ball on the ground to the right side of the infield. There's a pretty good hole between Cabrera and Kinsler.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Simmons last night 0 for 4. 3 for his last 35, and that's his month of May so far. Calhoun at second, Maybin at first. Nobody out. Full count. Looks like he tried to guide that slide.
Didn't have a good feel for that pitch whatsoever. Thought they might get Simmons to chase it. I got to believe right now both runners on the move. 26 pitches in the game so far. 14 of them strikes. Simmons generally will put the ball in play, so both runners may be on the go here.
To center field, a base hit. Calhoun's going to be stopped at third. Up and firing is Romine.
That's
Remember,
good.
He's a shortstop by trade, so he's got a good arm.
Yeah, you know he's got a good arm and a quick release. That's a wise decision by Ron Renneke. Cole got a good jump. It was going around that corner of the base very well, but Renneke held him up. Good decision by Ron. Ball was hit hard. Right back up the middle by Simmons. That's a good swing. We haven't seen one of those in a while from Andrelton Simmons. Stayed back on a well, let the baseball travel, quiet hands, lines it up the middle.
First hit since May the 6th here against the Astros. Rich Doobie out to pay a visit. Still nobody out. Home run by Valbuena. Calhoun a single, then stole second. Maven walked, and now Simmons with a base hit. So the Angels, like the Tigers in the top of the inning, bases loaded, nobody out. And Martin Maldonado coming up. The Angels with the bases loaded this year, just a .216 team batting average with 1 slam.
The base hit for Simmons, .270 batting average at home for Simba. So much better success here at the Big A than on the road.
Zimmerman going from the full windup. Martin a .256 average, 4 doubles, a home run, 5 runs batted in. 0 for 2 last night with 2 strikeouts, and of course hit on the wrist.
Yeah, Simmons is .206 on the road, but .270, like I mentioned, at the Big A, lines that one up the middle. Pretty indication, good indication how tough Maldonado was. That's a fastball in towards that wrist where he got hit last night. He wasn't given an inch to that either. Stayed right in on it.
One ball, 1 strike. Current numbers with the bases loaded. Defensively, Tigers straight up infield and outfield.
And pretty deep, fly ball out to the outfield. Should get the run home. With the pitcher right now getting a lot of fly ball action against him. As a hitter, all you're trying to do is track something upper part of the strike zone and get a fly ball and get a run home at the very least. Zimmerman from the full windup.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And why I always find that odd, especially with no outs, it allows all the runners to get a little bit bigger lead. So anything in the gap, all 3 runners would score. A lot of times you'll be in the stretch position, especially with no outs. Even allows Cole to get a better jump at third base on a ground ball, even though it is a force out at home if they wanted to come home. But because he's from the full windup, get a little bit bigger lead, everyone on the bases.
Little flare out to shallow right center field. Kinsler backing out over the shoulder, makes the catch. He does it rather easily. 1 down. They ended up calling an infield fly rule there at the last second. So 1 out, base is still loaded. Here comes Pennington.
Yeah, you can still tag up on an infield fly. But Kinsler, he was going back on that, knowing he'd be able to catch that and spin around quickly just in case Cole would try to tag up. See right away, got his body turned over the shoulder. Gold Glove winner last season at second base in the American League.
Pennington back at second base tonight. Started there last night. 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. .235 batting average. Castellanos playing in at third now. Off speed, just misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And very important for Andrelton Simmons to get a good secondary lead at first bases in case the ground ball is hit at an infielder. You'll prevent a double play from being turned, especially with Zimmerman in the full windup.
.35 pitches thrown by Zimmerman. 27 so far this inning.
That's still with just 1 out so far. And a good hitters count for Pennington.
Two balls, 2 strikes, inside corner. Calhoun standing at third, Maven at second. Simmons with the base hit to center at first base. 1-0 on the Valbuena home run. That was earlier in this bottom of the second. 2-2, a little chopper off the plate. That's going to bring home a run. They get the out? Yes, they did.
That was real close.
2-0 Angels. As Pennington will pick up the RBI. No argument for Cliff as he heads back to the dugout.
That's a pretty good play by Zimmerman. Got a lot on the throw. See as he stretches out.
Safe.
Safe. Thought it looked like it was a lot closer. I think you got a challenge that.
Yeah, safe. You know what? Again, this is the second time we've seen this. Why does Cabrera have his left foot on the base? It's the odd foot. That's the glove foot. If it's the other way around and you've got your right foot stretching out toward the pitcher,
it's closer.
Yeah,
it's closer. And because of that, you see where the foot is.
I understand this position.
Yep.
When it's a play going home and the catcher's got to throw to first base.
Yes.
Now that makes perfect sense because you're giving the catcher a lane to throw the baseball to.
I think he's safe on that one. You're right. If he has that other foot going out, it's a shorter throw for Zimmerman. And because of that, and it is safe.
Yeah, it's an infield base hit. Base is still loaded and 1 out.
Good job by Steve Solis in that clubhouse to recognize that one right away. Dean Weeble calling in. We were both looking at each other thinking that might be worth a challenge.
Yeah. Top of the order now with Escobar at the plate. Yanella to fly ball out. His first at bat out to right field. Zimmerman still working from the full windup. That was the 30th pitch thrown by Zimmerman here in the second. Ground ball to short. Iglesias comes in, feeds Kinsley. Relay back in time for a double play at the end of it. The Angels strike for 2 runs. The home run by Valbuena, then that infield base hit by Cliff Pennington.
Got a fastball upper part of the strike zone against Zimmerman. He turns on and gets it out. His second home run of the season for Valbuena.
leading it 2-0. Kinsler, Castellanos, and Cabrera to face Matt Shoemaker. Who had a bases loaded, no out situation in the second and got out of it with a strikeout, fielder's choice, and a fly ball to left. Kinsler in his first at bat grounded out to Pennington. He's 0 for 1. Ball and a strike. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits allowed for Shoe so far. Pretty good crowd on this Friday night. Just trying to even up the series at a game apiece. Left it out to right. Calhoun's there. 1 down. If you have a group of 20 or more interested in experiencing Angels baseball, receive group ticket pricing for as low as $8 per seat. Call 888-796-HALO. Go to angels.com/groups for more info. Good sign to see that leadoff man retired after the team got you on the board. As Castellanos steps in, he struck out in his first AB.
Especially after a long top of the second for Shoemaker. Also get some quick outs here in the third. Good slider there from Shoemaker.
Shoemaker threw 25 pitches in the second. Zimmerman ended up with 31. This one's lined toward right, but slicing out of play. It's 0-2. Nice play down there. No glove.
Phil Collins, no glove required. He's high-fiving everybody, and then some.
Okay, got it. It was a great
Yes.
play. I know. Thanks.
I'm good.
1-2. Seven-game homestand, 4 against Detroit, 3 against the White Sox. It starts on Monday. Castellanos unsure of it. Ends up waving at it. 2 down.
And a knuckle curve from Shoemaker. What, it's 77 miles an hour.
Well, you're waiting as a hitter. You're assuming that, all right, it's a splitter, so I'm looking for a certain movement, and then all of a sudden it does it. It stays up there. The old cement mixer. It's effective.
It is.
Imagine if you could actually throw that like that.
I told you, Ricky Bonas, remember him? He pitched.
You swore that he could do it.
And he told me, and I said, I said, how did you get all those outs and pop-ups and strikeouts? He actually tried to throw that pitch upper part of the strike zone because the baseball looks bigger up there for a hitter, but the speed of it has hitters out in front, and they get themselves out with that pitch upstairs.
A lot of times jammed.
Yes. I could say I probably tried that on home runs. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's why I give up home runs.
3-0 on Cabrera.
The odd thing about that curveball from Shoemaker to get a swing and miss, Castellanos doesn't throw many curveballs. He certainly doesn't throw a lot of curveballs to right-handed batters. Didn't have a whole lot of break to it, but the speed was effective.
Full count. Cabrera hit a fly ball to center field. His first inning at bat.
Got away with a couple pitches in a row to Cabrera. Or if he'll try to paint a fastball 93, 94 in the outside corner at the knees.
That's yanked to left field, a base hit.
And another splitter upstairs. He had timed the all-speed pitches. He was sitting back looking for a splitter. Now this pitch upstairs, stayed back, blinds it, rated belt high. And good sound off the bat for Cabrera. Just 2 for 14 in his career versus Shoemaker before that base hit. And now 3 for 15. Still pretty impressive if you're Shoemaker against one of the best right-handed batters in the history of the game, and Miguel Cabrera.
Victor Martinez up with 2 outs and a man on. Martinez doubled to right center field. His first at bat. A 1 off the plate. One. 1-2. Matt will slow things down to a halt with the man on base, even if the man on base is Miguel Cabrera. Balbuena really not holding him on, just kind of playing in front of him.
Especially with a left-handed batter, it's a good decision for Balbuena.
Up and in. Oh, got the corner. It pulled Martinez, but it caught the strike zone. Second strikeout of the inning, the 4th of the game for Shoemaker. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Angels still up. brought to you by the Hyundai Better Than Ever sales event, with the best total savings on select models in Hyundai's history is going on now at your Hyundai dealer. And by BigTimeBats.com. Check out the latest Mike Trout limited edition MVP game model bat. Halos up 2-0 as we start the bottom of the third inning, and across the way at the Honda Center, the Nashville Predators leading the Ducks 2-1 as they head to the third period.
A little third period magic once again, hopefully, for the Ducks. Nashville on the power play though now.
They're going to start this whole thing now, but the home team doesn't win until Game 7.
Yeah, you don't want to do what they did last night. Granted, it worked out fine, but you don't want to go down and lose a couple games home ice.
Trout, Pujols, Valbuena here to third. Mike drove one to the alley at right center field and was tracked down nicely by Andrew Romine.
It's a real good swing though for Trout. It's good to see that after his first game back last night. So hard as a hitter when you haven't played in 5 games to have that timing down, even though as good a player as Trout is. He had a couple pitches to drive, especially that third at bat when he popped up to the catcher. It was a changeup. Very good on changeups.
Down and in. 2-1. This is 5th game in the month of May. Like 3 for now 16 this month. And he's been dealing with that hamstring. 2-1.
Challenging with a fastball. Good fastball there at 93.
That's Zimmerman's MO. I mean, he's over 50% forcing fastballs in every start this year.
He doesn't mess around with that 2-seamer all that much.
Now back. There it is again.
And now it's time for the driver's seat, brought to you by the new 2017 Kia Sorento. Mike Trout, as far as longest hit streaks as center fielders in Angels history, Jim Evans had a 23-gamer back in 1995. Chad Curtis, Fred Lynn, both with 18-game hit streaks. And Mike Trout had a 17-game hit streak, broken last night, an 0-for-4 game.
Albert on deck. 3-2. Trout skies one. Out the left center field. I'm talking about a rainmaker. Upton calling for it. One down.
You talk about just missing a baseball there.
It'll bring up Albert.
Five fly ball outs so far for Zimmerman. Albert coming into the game was 4 for 7 against Zimmerman, now 4 for 8.
Albert saw one pitch, the fly ball to center field in his first at bat. Shift on with 3 infielders on the left.
It's a very difficult pitch to keep fair, even if you make contact if you're Pujols. But as a pitcher, with the shift on 3 infielders on the left side of the infield, you have to pitch inside. Back in again.
Ground ball over to third. Castellanos backs up on it.
That's the one thing when you see the shifts in baseball. It really forces the pitcher to make sure you pitch inside if you're going against Pujols there. But the thing is, if you miss out over the plate when you're going inside, that's the baseball that gets hit out of the yard. He's given up 5 home runs against right-handed batters this season for Zimmerman.
1 ball, 1 strike. Valbuena homered off the top of the fence in the second of the season. 4th run batted in.
Back-to-back changeups from Zimmerman to Valbuena.
Fastball away. 2 ball, 2 strike count. C.J. Cron making another rehab appearance in AAA Salt Lake so far tonight. 3 for 3 on the heels of the 2 for 4 was last night.
And Mike Scioscia was talking about that a little bit before the game today, how he's starting to look more and more comfortable at the plate.
Full count.
Pretty good at bat working for Luis. After swinging at a couple change-ups. Cole Calhoun lined a single in the right field, batting in the number 5 spot tonight. 4th full count of the night for Zimmerman.
Down goes Valbuena. 1-2-3 inning for Jordan Zimmerman. We'll head to the 4th. 2-0 Angels. It's coming up on Sunday. You better not have forgotten anyway that it's coming up on Sunday. First 20,000 adults in attendance receiving Mother's Day flower vase courtesy of Fox Sports West. Just check out angels.com for more info.
Is that Sunday?
That would be this Sunday, big guy. Upton, Martinez, and Avila. Here the 4th against Matt Shoemaker. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits allowed. Upton worked the walk in the 2nd. Good off-speed pitch. 0-2.
Yeah, that was an excellent splitter there from Shoemaker.
Fastball gets him looking.
He's got some real good late movement on that two-seam fastball. That side of the plate, he froze Victor Martinez, and now Justin Upton on that same plane on the outside corner to a righty, inside to a lefty. See a late movement. Looks like it's a ball, runs it back and catches the corner.
Strikeout number 5 now. And here's JD Martinez, who snuck a single through the right side.
Fifteen batters facing this game for Shoemaker so far. 12 first pitch strikes.
Check swing foul. 1-2. JD hurt his ankle in spring training on a slide in the outfield. I think I'm saying it correctly. Lisfranc sprain his right ankle. Sometimes could take a couple of months, even surgery. So it impacts that back leg as a right-handed batter.
Yeah, when you pivot to drive the ball.
That's yanked foul. Count remains at 1-2.
We waited back pretty long on that splitter. Not a bad swing considering you haven't missed your first start of the season.
Two balls, two strikes.
.46 strikes of the 66 pitches thrown for Shoemaker. Very good percentage in this game so far. I don't know how he fouled that one off. That was a real good splitter from Shoemaker.
Another 2-2. And down goes JD Martinez. 2 outs. That's 3 straight strikeouts now for Shoemaker.
Yeah, much better split finger fastball tonight. Look at his numbers so far this season. After you see this split going straight down, stayed on top, the shoulders level, the tumbling action on that splitter to get a swing and miss. The batting average last season against a split finger fastball, 186, 200 this year, but 4 home runs allowed all of last season, 5 already this year. Slugging percentage up. Splitter so far tonight, though, very impressive for Shoemaker.
Avila takes down and away. He struck out with the bases loaded, nobody out in the second. Ball, one strike. Shu's been around the strike zone all night.
Oh, that split has been very good.
One ball, two strikes now. See if we can finish off this inning with another strikeout. 6 already tonight. Upstairs.
Tried to run that two-seamer back in, that he threw the Victor Martinez, but that one stayed up above the strike zone.
Romine on deck. 2-2 now on the way. Down goes Avila. 7th strikeout of the night for Matt Shoemaker. He punches out the side. We will head to the bottom of the 4th. Angels leading it 2-0. By the all-new 2017 Subaru Impreza. Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 28 miles per gallon. More than a car, it's a Subaru. Beautiful night on this Friday night. Angels trying to even up the series at a game apiece. Have a 2-0 lead against Jordan Zimmerman and the Detroit Tigers. Shoemaker with 7 strikeouts. Has struck out 4 consecutive. Let's see if his offense can add to this 2-0 lead. Calhoun, Maben, and Simmons coming up against Zimmerman, who retired the side in order in the 3rd.
A lot of people back in Michigan watching this game. Matt Shoemaker throwing the ball very well. Family members, saw a number of them. Mom and dad down there in spring training in Tempe. So far, Shu's been very, very good.
Calhoun 1 for 1. He had a base hit in the 1st. Fastball for a strike.
Picked up his first stolen base of the season for Cole.
That's lined out to right center field. A base hit. Romine was shading him that way. Picks it up on a hop. Cole is on board with a leadoff single.
Well, he's really had a good couple of swings tonight, Cole. Good level swing. Stayed back on it well. Shortened up the approach and lines it in the right center field. Second very good quality at bat for Cole Calhoun.
First multi-hit game since May 3rd. It was at Seattle.
Remember, it looked like the last time when Cole was on the move where he picked up that stolen base, he was looking back, said it looked like it was going to be a hit and run. And see that again.
Castellanos in over at third base. Not a big lead for Calhoun. Maybe takes a strike. Can't work the walk to second. Ground ball toward the middle. Iglesias flips it to Kinsler for one. Low throw dug out by Cabrera, but maybe to safe.
They may check that themselves. Brad Osmus coming out quickly. I thought they might have had him at first base. Iglesias with that great range and the quick flip over the Kinsler in the turn. That looked like he got it in there. Beat it. Gene Lamont saying no. Safe at first.
One out, one on. Here's Andrew Simmons.
You would think early going if you're Maben. 6 stolen bases.
Simmons with a base hit to center in his first at bat.
We just feel there's some sort of action on this one right here. 1-0 count, taking away the potential of a pitch out. Maben with good speed. Simmons handles the bat well. Mike Scioscia may have something going right now. The Angels try to expand the lead. Have to against this powerful offense that the Tigers have.
Two 2-0 count.
Afraid of Griffin going over to talking to Cameron Maben. Zimmerman has allowed 3 stolen bases in 3 attempts this season.
Check swing foul. 2-1. Back easily.
Instead of a straight steal, this may be a hit and run now. Perfect count for hit and run. 2-1 with 1 out.
Zimmerman wanted that pitch.
That was a pretty good pitch.
Maldonado on deck. There goes Maben. It's a ground ball to third. Drellis. Wait till the 3-1 count to start Maben. It's a man in scoring position for Maldonado. Martin popped out to shallow right his first time up.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll let a hitter swing away on a 3-1 because you're going to get a fastball. You can do more damage. 2-1 count, you're still trying to put the ball on the ground. Sharp breaking ball there.
Off the end of the bat toward right field. That's going to fall in for a hit. It'll bring home a run. Maldonado hustling to second base, and he is in there with an RBI double. 3-0 Angels.
You're talking about a perfect little flare in the right field. The nature boy, be real proud of that one from Maldonado. Off the outside corner, off the end of the bat, but placed perfectly right down the right field line to drive in Maben and pick up a double, his 5th double of the season for Maldonado. Head first slide. It's his 40th career double. See, that's how you move.
Pennington with an infield base hit and an RBI. Takes a strike. Sixth hit tonight for the Angels. We're just in the 4th inning. 0-2. First time tonight that Zimmerman's at an 0-2 count. 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Pennington check swing bouncer towards short. Iglesias comes in, gets rid of it quickly, and that'll do it for the Angels. RBI double for Martin Maldonado extends the Angels lead to 3-0 as we head to the 5th.
Shoemaker. He's got it working tonight. Split finger fastball has been very good. Lower part of the strike zone consistent, but also his fastball, 93, 94 miles an hour, has set up that splitter. And that's why he's been effective so far through 4 shutout innings from Matt Shoemaker, mixing in the fastball, all his pitches tonight. See the percentage of fastballs at 44, split finger fastball up. Slider, 16%, has even mixed in some curveballs tonight. But I think the big thing is that splitter's been effective because his fastball command much better tonight.
Tigers here in the 5th have Romine, Iglesias, and Kinsler. 8-9-1. 4 straight punch outs for Shoemaker, matching his season high with 7 Ks.
Good split finger fastball there from Shoe.
Romine lifting one out to left center. Trout tracks it down, 1 down.
Utilizing that bigger part of the ballpark, going away with the pitch, and Romine hit it well. Trout runs it down.
Romine 0 for 2, and it'll bring up Iglesias, the shortstop. 0 for 1 with a fly ball to left. Iglesias jumped on an off-speed pitch with the bases loaded in the 2nd inning, hit a fly ball to left field. He's 0 for 1. 3 hits for the Tigers so far.
He's been able to keep that split finger fastball in the lower plane of the strike zone throughout this game. Still work to be done here. Very powerful lineup for the Tigers. Now you would think with that high pitch from Shoemaker, he has it set up for that. Either he can go even a slider down in a way, but a split finger for sure.
Popped up first base side, foul territory.
That's a good call by Maldonado to go with a slider to get an easy pop-up.
Hey, this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Two outs, nobody on, and here's Kinsler, 0 for 2. 6 straight retired by Shoemaker since the single by Cabrera.
By the way, going OT with the Ducks, Nashville.
Predators had a little bit of a threat there at the end, huh?
Yeah, they had a 5-on-3 in the 3rd period. Penalty killers did a good job for the Ducks. Shoemaker staying away so far against Kinsler.
That down toward right. Cole moving back on it is there. Shoemaker with a 1-2-3 fifth. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Top of the order coming up for the Angels. Up 3-0. in town, and fans in attendance receiving Trout MVP season bobblehead courtesy of Pechanga Resort and Casino. More information, go to angels.com/promotions.
Shoemaker 5 shutout innings. He's been having outstanding numbers, 31 2/3 innings pitched career-wise against the team he grew up watching. 3 earned runs for Shoemaker against the Tigers.
Escobar's 0 for 2. Fly ball to right and a double play ball. It's the 8th double play he's hit into this year. That leads the team. Trout on deck, then Pujols. Bouncer back toward the middle. Kinsler to the backhand. Boy, that quickly. Cabrera can't glove it. It goes off of Cabrera and Escobar. And Davila backing up on the play. Prevents Unell from taking second.
Probably Kinsler's second error of the season. Gets at his baseball well, gets rid of it quickly. Then the throw up the line, and Cabrera trying to keep his foot on the base off his glove.
That's a Cabrera error.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely going to be an error more than likely on this play. Thought it might have been ran right into. Off the glove and then off. Closed the glove before he got the baseball in there.
Calling that an infield base hit. There's Trout. Pops it up. First base side. Cabrera and Avila. One down.
Well, just underneath that pitch once again for Trout.
One out, one on. Here's Albert. 0 for 2. Fly ball to center, to ground ball to third. Albert, of course, in his pursuit for career home run number 600. He hit career home run number 400 against the Washington Nationals, and it was Jordan Zimmerman that was on the mound.
Number 500 against
the Nationals. Yep.
2 in that game.
And that was against another Jordan, Taylor Jordan.
You're bringing it all together, aren't you?
One ball, one strike.
Albert, real good career numbers against the Tigers in general. 347 with 13 home runs in his career versus Tiger pitching. Coming into the game tonight.
One around. They should just turn around and look at us from now on.
Yeah.
We'll ring him up. Yes, he did.
Yep.
Umpires don't yell anymore from first base or third base. They used to, right?
Still miss Ken Kaiser's calls. He was the best.
I mean, it was like, you know, did he go? It was, did he go?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yes. Or Ken Kaiser to skip you this one.
Yeah. Hands on the hips.
Yeah.
1-2 count. 2-2. .78 pitches for Zimmerman. Still just 1 strikeout, 1 walk. 7 hits allowed now. Albert strikes out, swinging 2 outs.
By the way, Ken Kaiser was a wrestler at one point too.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
No. We mixed in a little nature boy and that little flair from Maldonado. We're just bringing that wrestling conversation in full circle to Ken Kaiser.
In a roundabout way, you did.
Yes, it did.
May have made a couple of turns, but you came back around.
Yeah, a lot of left turns.
Yeah. There's Valbuena. Home run in the 2nd. Struck out in the 3rd. That's ripped to right toward the corner. Escobar racing toward 3rd. JD Martinez bobbles it. Ron Renick's going to wave in Escobar. Kinsler has no play. 4-0.
You know what? That's a good decision by Renick. On a perfect scenario, Kinsler with his throwing arm may have a shot at him, but it's going to force a perfect throw, and he's unable to get that grip of the baseball, and all the way around on that bobble from JD Martinez in right field, and another well-hit baseball by Valbuena scores the 4th run. Another good swing. Stayed back on that one, well, lined it into right field. And just that quick little bobble, but Ron Renicky, no hesitation, is, Escobar picks it up, picks up Ron Renicky, and comes all the way from first base to score the 4th run of the game.
It's a double for Valbuena. No RBI. As Escobar comes home on the error by JD Martinez. Calhoun gets the intentional walk here.
Remember, a couple of years ago, JD Martinez was one of the best outfielders in the American League. Last year, he struggled with 6 errors. Pick up his first error of the season in his first start in right field this season.
I almost believe that Kinsler wasn't told to go home.
And yeah, it was almost like he was shocked that he was going to go home on that one.
Because I think he had a shot at it.
Oh, he definitely did. It was forcing him to make a very good throw to the plate, but you have to do that on occasion, especially when you're trying to add on.
Maben walked in the 2nd. Fielder's choice and a run score of the 4th. 0 for 1.
That's a good pitch right now for Cameron to really drive. 2-0 count. Try to sit on a fastball.
Gets a slider instead. 2-1. He's got a pretty good feel for that pitch today. And even his changeup has been halfway decent.
Yeah, when he's thrown that pitch, it's been pretty solid.
I mean, you're getting knocked around the way Zimmerman's got knocked around this year. You've got to kind of start changing the mindset a little bit.
Reinvent yourself. You can still see that 93 and 94 on occasion, but if you throw a changeup in, all of a sudden that 93, 94 appears to be 97, 98 for a hitter.
A soft one hopper to 2nd. And the Angels are done here in the 5th. They do add a run, courtesy of the error by JD Martinez. We head to the 6th inning. 4-0 Halos. The world didn't need another hybrid. It needed a better hybrid. Introducing the 2017 Ioniq from Hyundai. Better drives us. Top of the 6th inning. Halos on top by the score of 4-0. Matt Shoemaker back to work. Brad Ausmus came out to talk with Mark Wegner. Not sure what about. Looks like Alex Avila's on the phone. Ausmus kind of looking at him. Interesting. Castellanos, Cabrera, and Martinez. 2, 3, and 4 for the Tigers.
Already 2 punch-outs in the game for Shoemaker against him. That baseball had some pretty good sink and movement on it. Fastball from Shoemaker, 86 pitches, 58 of them strikes.
That's sky to center. Trout has to go back on it. This one's got a chance to get out of here. It's going to stay in the yard. It's going to stay in the yard. Nighttime baseball at the Big A on a cool night.
Hit well, good sound off the bat, but the way Trout was tracking it, you knew he was at least going to have a shot at it, even if it got towards that wall, but right in front of it for the first out here of the 6th.
Cabrera, 1 for 2. Fly ball to center and a single to left.
Some action down in the bullpen for the Angels now with his 89 pitches so far in this game for Shoemaker. Wade Parker.
It's fouled back. One and 2.
Try that split.
And a little comebacker.
Good pitch. Good fielding position too for Shoemaker. Off the end of the bat.
2 down. Victor Martinez doubled in the 2nd, struck out looking at a 3rd, so he's 1 for 2.
Still not a lot of pitches really throwing for Shoemaker in this game. 93 of them, 60. 3 strikes.
Should do it as Pennington's out in shallow right. The 1-2-3 inning for Shoemaker. That's 10 in a row, retired by the right-hander. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Angels on top. St. Louis Cardinals in one of baseball's biggest rivalries. Coverage begins at noon Pacific on FS1.
And the Cubs won that game against the Cardinals today, 3-2. Cardinals surprise team. Central, first place. John Lester on the hill for the Cubs. Shoemaker looks like he's done after the inning. Mike Socha went over and talked to him. 6 shutout innings. We've got now 32 2/3 innings pitched career-wise against the Tigers with 3 earned runs for Shu. The Shuku Kachu had it working tonight.
Two balls, no strikes on Simmons.
It's an 0.83 career ERA against the Tigers in that lineup. And 5 starts for Shu.
Andrelton 1 for 2. Shoots this one out to the alley in right center field. Nobody's going to get this one off the fence. Second hit of the night. It's a double for Andrelton Simmons. His first extra base hit of the month of May.
And Simba with a couple really good swings in this game. Liner up the middle, liner off the wall in right center field. Stayed back on that one well, looking to drive the ball the other way. That's when that swing is working for Simba. He's got the 2 taps and then the swing, the follow through. The timing mechanism there and the line off the high part of the wall in right center field for Simmons. He's 3 for 35 in his previous 10 games, but 2 for 3 tonight. It's Gene Lamont calling down to the bullpen.
Maldonado 1 for 2. Flared a double on the right field line. Sacrifice. Cabrera will come in and field it. Flip it to Kinsley, barehands it. 1 down. Sacrifice moves Simmons to third.
Going back to my Hyundai key for this game, going back to Angel Eyes, in which they put themselves in position to get some pitches to drive, especially some fastballs against Zimmerman tonight. So far, so good, with 4 runs scored on 9 hits. An opportunity to add on here. Looking for a baseball to drive for Cliff Pennington. infield in for the Tigers.
Action in the Tiger pen. Cliff Pennington 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. That's line to center. There's a base hit. 5-0 Angels. Pennington with his second RBI of the game.
It's a pretty good production at the bottom part of the order. It's now 5 hits between the 7, 8, 9 hitters tonight for the Angels. Anderson Simmons scores the 5th run of the game. Slider stayed down on it well and lines it in the center field for an RBI single for Cliff Pennington.
It's Doobie back out. Take a look at the in-game box score.
So Shoemaker going to take a look at it too. He had those eyes looking at it.
Multi-hit games by Valbuena, Calhoun, Simmons, and Pennington. 10 total hits for the Angels tonight. Ninety pitches now thrown by Zimmerman. Escobar 1 for 3. Singleton scored at the 5th. Just missed below the strike zone. 3-0. Trout on deck. Trout so far tonight against Zimmerman 0 for 3 with 3 fly ball outs. And there's ball 4. 3rd walk of the night. Bell's ready to go, so Brad Ausmus is going to bring on the lefty to face Trout here in the 6th inning with 1 out and 2 men on. Jordan Zimmerman's night will come to an end with 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, 10 hits allowed, departing with a couple of men on base. A pitching change here in the 6th with the Angels up 5-0. Course West is being brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. Go the distance with 84 mpg and a 566 total driving range. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by Buick. Halos up 5-0. We're in the 6th inning. Couple of men on, 1 out. Zimmerman is done after 5 1/3. Departs with men on base. Pennington, the base runner, at second. Escobar at first base. Chad Bell takes over on the mound. He's pitched in 1 big league game in his career. That was this year. He's faced 5 batters, 1 inning. No hits allowed, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 intentional walk. 28-year-old native of Knoxville, Tennessee, facing Mike Trout. First one's downstairs. Bell picked up from the Rangers. That was last May, in exchange for one-time Angel Bobby Wilson. 14th round pick by Texas in 09 out of Walters State Community College in Morristown, Tennessee. One-0. 1-1. That was pitching at AAA Toledo.
Turns over that changeup at their 94-mile-an-hour fastball, the first pitch.
Sure, my brother handled him delicately there.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Toledo. Here's a starter there. 4 starts, 2-1, or pardon me, 1-2, with a 1.25 ERA. Pitching out of the pen now. One to Trout. 2-1.
So when he went to take him out of some of the games down there as a starter, they probably had some good conversations, don't you think?
Yeah. 25 strikeouts and 21 plus innings down there. Bell's been pretty much a starter throughout his minor league career. Good hitter scout. This is a little soft liner towards short. Glove by Iglesias. Feeds Kinsler, and they almost turn an unbelievable double play. 2 down.
Well, we talked about how athletic both shortstops are in this game. Iglesias almost got a double play on the baseball. Looked like it might get over his head for an RBI single. Flips it quickly over the Kinsler. On the bare hand, that's twice in this inning. Kinsler decided he didn't really need to use his glove.
It's overrated.
Yes. The flip with the glove, the catch with the bare hand. That was real close.
That angle there was pretty close. So here's Albert. 2 outs, 2 on.
Ron Renicky using some dance moves to get out of that one. Right at him.
Very rare to see a base coach actually within the confines of the coach's box. Ground ball off the end of the bat. Iglesias is there. They'll go to second. Force out Escobar. And the 6th is in the books. The Angels do add a run. We'll head to the 7th. Angels leading at 5-0.
And now it's time for the T-Mobile Unlimited Baseball Break. Ryan McCann against his former team. New York Yankees is a member of the Astros, a 3-run home run as the Astros defeat the Yankees again. Now they're 25-11. Irvin Santana, 7 scoreless innings again. Just a 2-hitter, ERA 1.50, 6-1 record for the Twins. They beat the Indians 1-0. And now let's take a look at the showstopper around Major League Baseball. They did it last night with 2 on in the 9th again tonight. Joey Gallo. Wow. This baseball around and off the pole with Gallo. 12th home run of the season. Exit velocity of 113 miles per hour off the bat. Back-to-back games, 3-run walk-off home runs for the Texas Rangers.
Ed Napoli had the walk-off last night. There's Blake Parker taking over for Matt Shoemaker. 18th game, 0-2 record, 4.02 ERA. And I'll say it now, I'm a little surprised Shoemaker's out of the game after 6 innings of flat-out domination. 7 strikeouts, a walk, 3 hits allowed. He retired the last 10 in a row. So 9 outs needed out of the bullpen now with a 5-0 lead.
Especially manageable pitch count too for Shoe. A lot of times in between innings there's a conversation with the pitching coach and the pitcher. Shoemaker at that point, you wonder if that was something said, that fatigue's setting in.
Ball and a strike. Upton with a walk and a strikeout. He's 0 for 1. JD Martinez on deck. Alex Avila after that. Upton shoots it out to right. Cole racing back on the warning track at the wall, and it's over his head. Upton in at second with a leadoff double.
That baseball just kept drifting back. Cole gave it a great effort. Backed up well by Trout to get it in quickly. Keep Upton at second base. Fastball belt high, to pitch where Upton can drive, and he hits that ball very well the other way. Cole back to the wall, leaps up just over the glove. Backed up well by Trout. Just by the glove in right center field.
JD Martinez takes outside. Right fielder seeing action for the first time this year, coming off the disabled list, is 1 for 2. One ball, one strike. Upton first man to reach since Cabrera's 2-out single in the 3rd. Just the 4th hit for Detroit.
And the Tigers have to deal with another pitcher with a very good split finger fastball. Parker, different than Shoemaker. He'll start with that baseball in the split finger grip before bringing it in the glove. Shoemaker just the opposite.
Count even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Parker last pitched on Tuesday, hitting at 2/3 at Napa, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. 24 pitches. '18th appearance, matching him with Alvarez for the team lead. Bud Norris also with 17 appearances. Full count.
Just a little bit below the strike zone.
And that's a called strike 3. Got him looking on the outside part of the plate, 1 down.
Good fastball there for Parker. Paints the outside corner.
One out, one on, and here's Alex Avila, who has twice struck out. Two-0 count. No runs, 4 hits, an error, 4 left on for the Tigers. 5 runs, 10 hits, 7 left on for the Angels. Halos with 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth. Three and 0.
One thing you don't want to do is give base runners to this Tiger lineup. I mentioned 4th in runs scored in the American League. Andrew Romine on deck.
And there's a 4-pitch walk to Avila, so 2 on now with 1 out. First time the Tigers have had multiple base runners in 1 inning since they had them loaded in the second with nobody out. That's the inning in which Shoemaker ended up getting out of it with no damage via strikeout, fielder's choice, and a fly ball to left. Right back up the middle, right to the bag. Simmons on the first, turns into a double play. So Romine, after a 4-pitch walk, helps the Angels by hacking at a first pitch nowhere near the zone.
And fortunate enough that Parker didn't touch that baseball to prevent that double play being turned by Simmons.
MLB.com at bat is your #1 mobile app for live Angels baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Angels home screen icons and app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, and a bunch more stuff. Go to MLB.com at bat today. Download it. Do it now. Valbuena, Calhoun, Maybin here in the 7th. Bell is still on a relief. He got the last 2 outs of the 6th inning, and Trout and Pujols. Valbuena 2 for 3 with a home run, a double, and a strikeout. Oh, 2.
Now let's take a look at the top tier play brought to you by Arco. Luis Valbuena got a fastball in the inner half of the plate against Jordan Zimmerman. Off the top of the wall, 2nd home run season, and then lines his base hit in the right field. Bobbled by JD Martinez, allowing Escobar to score all the way from first base with a double.
This is back toward the middle. Good piece of hitting on a 1-2 pitch, and it's a 3-hit game for Luis.
Just a triple away from the cycle. Stayed back on it well, gets a lefty. Then try to pull it and lines it right back up the middle for a single.
And a lovely bat flip to boot.
Between him and Cole Calhoun, they're impressive on the bat flips.
Cole's been on board 3 times, 2 singles and a walk. That's ripped to right field, but it's going to hang up for JD Martinez. 1 down.
I'm thinking that Cole likes hitting in that 5th spot. We were talking about a little bit about that in the pregame show today. To settle in and shorten up that swing, and he's lined the ball 3 times tonight. 2 for 3 with a walk.
Cameron Maybin, a walk, fielder's choice, and a ground out. 0 for 2. Count even up at a ball and a strike. Base hit by Valbuena to start this inning, the 11th for the Angels. Down goes Maybin. 2 outs. So Simmons comes up with Valbuena at first. Anderson 2 for 3, a single and a double. He's also scored a run.
Between Simmons and Calhoun tonight, two guys who had been struggling at the plate have hit the ball hard multiple times tonight.
Well, the mindset's got to be, as you see Hernandez getting ready, you're going into a game like tonight, and while both have been struggling in the month of May, and Simmons a little bit longer than that, you know that you got a guy on the mound that's throwing 55 to 60% four-seam fastballs every start. So you got to go hunting fastballs.
Yep.
I'm going to try. He's going to live up in the zone. This is what my game plan is going to be. And if I get some knocks, good. At least square up the baseball, barrel up some balls, see if you can kind of have that carry over.
Exactly. We were talking about as far as the go-tos to be successful against him, and it's track that four-seam fastball upstairs. It's not a lot of movement on that pitch, so you just track it with your eyes and get that good barrel of the bat on it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And there's a difference too. Just go back a couple of years when he was living in the 94 to 96 range. At the major league level, if you're straight as a string,
yep,
and Zimmerman has been, he's a guy that, here it is. I mean, he comes after you. But when you start dropping 1, 2, 2.5 miles per hour, all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's a very good competitor with a lot of pride. So he's going to still think he can get that fastball by you, but he hasn't been able to do so this season, especially on his fastball. Slider's still very sharp. And I thought his changeup was very good. I think when you look at Zimmerman, I think in terms of you use that changeup more.
There's also the possibility too, Gooby, he's throwing too many strikes. He's around the strike zone too much, especially when you start needing to kind of work all 4 quadrants. And it's, you mentioned it, it's that transition, changing what you do on the mound as Simmons takes low.
And I think Dallas Keuchel said it best. I want to get outs with pitches that are not strikes. And that's when you start making the transition. Still a good enough fastball for Zimmerman, but you still got to try to get hitters to swing at pitches that are out of the strike zone. Too many pitches, like you said, Victor, in the strike zone, and that's why he's given up the amount of hits he's given up in the ERA where it is this season.
Fouled back. Valbuena will be on the move once again with 2 outs and a full count. Bouncer to third. Castellanos has it. Low throw. Nice play by Cabrera. He's able to keep the foot on the bag. Mike Scioscia will take a look at it real quick. And we'll stay here until the Angels decide if challenge or not challenge.
Castellanos with 7 errors already this season. If indeed that play stands, that was a very good stretch by Cabrera to keep that from being error number 8 of the season. Looked like he was able to keep his foot on the base, and he does. Play by Cabrera to finish off the inning. Angels, though, leading 5-0 here as we go to the top of the 8th.
0 as David Hernandez is coming in to pitch the 8th inning. I'm Alex Curry. Make sure you stick around after the game for the Angels Live post-game show. Jose Mota will join me out here on the desk. Joel Painter Lopez will have the interviews. We'll take a look at Matt Shoemaker's night as he continues to pitch at his best against his hometown team. We'll hear from Shu, also from Mike Scioscia, and get Mike's thoughts on this new Angels lineup he put together. With 11 hits, the middle and bottom of the order are taking care of business tonight. Guys, are we seeing a different Angels team tonight?
Yeah, I think when you see better balance in Mike Scioscia mixing up that lineup, moving Cole Calhoun and very productive swings, Andrelton Simmons, Luis Valbuena up at that number 4 spot, and you had Trout in number 2 and Albert Pujols. Although not a lot of production for them two tonight. Balance in the lineup for the Angels so far tonight.
David Hernandez pitching in his 10th game with the Angels, facing 9-1-2. Iglesias, Kinsler, and Castellanos. Iglesias tonight, a fly ball to left and a pop-up in foul territory. One and two. David's done a really nice job since the Angels picked him up in a trade with the Atlanta Braves for a player to be named later, Cash. Veteran's been around a while. Bouncer to the right side. Pennington there.
And when you think about it, he started throwing a slider during the winter time. And he's been around the big leagues for a long time, but all of a sudden had that feel for a slider, and it's been very effective for him. Pitch before that fastball away on the ground out was a good slider just off the plate. You're going to get a hitter chasing that. It was off the end of the back. It's that ground ball after second.
Kinsler 0 for 3. Breaking ball for a strike. There's that little action right there away from a right-handed batter.
Because he has his curveball and a changeup going on with his fastball, but then he has that different break with his sliders compared to his curveball. And it's about 7 or 8 mile differential in the speed of those two pitches.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Again, 89-mile-an-hour slider.
He had signed with the Giants and then was let go, signed by in spring training and let go by the Giants and picked up by the Braves. He was at AAA, had a May 1st opt-out, and the Angels, all the injuries, needed an arm, and they were able to work out a deal for Hernandez. 2-2 now. A chance to pitch in front of his family at the Coliseum in Oakland. Kinsler fouls it off. Count remains 2-2.
Yeah, the reaction when he got through that one inning was priceless to see.
Yeah. David with 10 strikeouts, no walks, 4 hits allowed, and 8 1/3 coming into play tonight. Out toward right, not very deep, and it goes foul. Slices out of play.
Fan gets that baseball, happy. The old fake, he was going to throw it back on the field.
Kessler's skies went out to shallow left. 2 down. Hey, tomorrow the only place to see NASCAR is on FS1 as the Monster Energy Series goes to Kansas in the Go Bowling 400. The green flag drops at 4 Pacific only on FS1.
This track out going towards Lawrence, Kansas, isn't it? As I remember.
Is it? I don't remember.
I remember going out there this winter. I know there's a racetrack going out towards that way, so I figured
That had to be it.
Yeah.
I've never been to the race. It was built after I had moved away. Oh, 1 count. Anibal Sanchez getting ready for the 8th. I've been by the California Speedway.
Yes.
That was that opened up when I was with Rancho Cucamonga Quick's front office once upon a time.
Yep. Yeah, I thought that racetrack out in Kansas, in between Kansas City on the way out to Lawrence, Kansas, but could be wrong.
Could have been someone's horse training farm or a racetrack, either way. They look similar. They're oval.
Always a possibility.
Castellanos 0 for 3. Lifts this one out to center. Not very deep. Trout has to come in.
And that quick step. Good to see the Trout's able to run that one down.
At the bottom of the 8th inning, Halos up 5-0.
Let's take a look at something to smile about, brought to you by Cricket. You got to smile about this one here from Martin Maldonado. That little flare in the right field. Scoring Cameron Maben slides in there with a double. With that tough night, getting hit with a pitch and a foul tip off the bat. A little smile from, that's about as good as the smile you're going to get from Maldonado. That strong, stern look he gives you. Very tough competitor.
He'll face Anibal Sanchez, the one-time starter. Comes out of the pen. This will be his 10th game. No record at 9.68 ERA, 17 2/3 innings, 30 hits, 18 strikeouts, and 9 walks. 245 career starts for the right-hander. Maldonado 1 for 2 with that RBI double, and also had a sacrifice bunt. No balls, 2 strikes. Martin strikes out. 1 down.
Well, Sanchez has always had a very good changeup. At one point, he used to rush his fastball up there mid to upper 90s. Also with a no-no in his career. I imagine having that happen in a whole lot, where 2 pitchers that have had no hitters in their career pitching on the same night, the same team.
I'll have to work on that for tomorrow.
Thank you.
That'll be a top tier play, or something to make you smile with cricket. Pennington pulls one through the right side.
That'll make Cliff smile on that base hit. A 3-hit game.
3 singles for Pennington and an RBI. 2 RBIs, pardon me.
See how you can just bring it all together. It's amazing how you do it.
What did I do? Top of the order down, Yunel Escobar.
He just brought the smile and the cricket together again.
Escobar 1 for 3. Is that pitch missed inside? Single and a run scored in the 5th inning for Yunel.
Change up.
Out toward right center field. No minds there. 2 down. So Trout will get another opportunity here. A man on. 0 for 4 tonight. A humpback liner to Iglesias, the shortstop, in his last plate appearance.
A few off-speed pitches for Sanchez.
That's driven out to deep left center field, a no-doubter. 7-0 Angels.
Well, Trout's first hit since coming back after missing those 5 games went a long, long way. He's had some pretty good swings in this game. Finally, he's got that foot down and then the path, the swing path on the pitch. Lower part of the strike zone, and Trout see that power he possesses. That short, compact swing, well out to left center field. Home run number 9, 23 RBI in the season. After making an outstanding play on that flare out towards him, showing that speed, drives one out and is able to casually go around the bases with that 2-run home run.
Oh, 1 count on Albert, who's hitless tonight. Second home run of the night for the Angels, 36th of the season. 2-1. Albert chasing. It would have been ball 3. Two balls, 2 strikes. Fell back.
Pretty good swing by Albert on that 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Middleton getting ready in the bullpen for the Angels.
Full count. Middleton threw 33 pitches last night. This is sharply hit past Iglesias. So Albert picks up a base hit.
Albert stayed back on this baseball well and shot that ball by the infield, especially with the shift on. Hit well by Albert. Another pitch in the lower part of the strike zone, and Albert shoots that by Iglesias at short. Right on that baseball off the bat for Pujols.
Danny Espinosa, sorry, Gooby, takes over at first.
Mentioned those real good numbers for Pujols career-wise against the Tigers. Lines that one for a single.
Luis Valbuena, 3-hit game, triple shot of the cycle. Heck, at this point, go for it. All he needs a triple.
Yeah, that's it.
Home run in the second, a double in the 5th, a single in the 7th. What if you got the you got all 6? Walk, strikeout, single, double, triple, home run. I mean, I guess you can add hit by pitch, but now you're playing really long game.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I see it working.
Platinum cycle.
There's a lot of room out in left center field, that's for sure, if he wants to drive the ball that way.
Looking to go the other way.
Yeah, he's trying to go. He's trying to go Royal Stadium left field corner and have it
hug underneath it and roll away to the left fielder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Two balls, two strikes. And he'll go down swinging on the changeup. And we will head to the ninth inning. And Trout's home run adding to the Angels' lead. 7-0 now.
You talk about getting a baseball right on the barrel of the bat. Trout exactly did that, creating a lift for his 9th home run of the season. Player of the game, Matt Shoemaker, dealing tonight. 5 career starts against his hometown team, the Tigers. 0.83 ERA. 6 shutout innings for Shoe tonight. Middleton coming in the game now to try to preserve the shutout for the Angels. Combined shutout, leading 7-0. See if he can bounce back, be a little more consistent around the strike zone, even though threw quite a few pitches last night.
Yeah, 33 to be exact. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, 1 hit, has 1 inning of relief. He's going to face 3, 4, and 5. Cabrera, Martinez, and Upton. Cabrera tonight 1 for 3. He had a base hit in the 3rd. Total of 4 hits for Detroit. Good breaking ball.
That's a good breaking ball when he stays under control. Keenan, sharp, late break to it.
That's out towards center field, hit well, playable for Maben. 1 down. Ben Revere taking over in left. With Trout out of the game, Maben moves over. There's Ben. Victor Martinez now up. He's 1 for 3. Kettles will face a left-hander tomorrow. Daniel Norris going for Detroit. Ricky Nolasco on the bump for the Angels. 6:07 first pitch. This one out to center. Not very deep. 2 down. The Angels 1 out away from shutting out the Tigers and evening up the series at a game apiece. No balls and a strike. Downstairs.
Sharp slider once again from Middleton.
Lifted to shallow right center field. Should do it. Pennington underneath it. Light that baby up as the Angels shut out the Tigers tonight by the final of 7-0.
Yeah, you talk about one of the best well-played games so far this season, all-around games. Luis Valbuena got us started with a home run. Mike Trout with a home run in this game. That Shoemaker dealt. The bullpen solid. Cliff Pennington with a big game. Cole Calhoun swing the bat well. Anderson Simmons swinging the bat well. 14 hits, 7 runs. Great balance tonight for the Angels to win this one 7-0 against the Tigers.
Yeah, they took advantage of a guy that had been struggling from his second start of the season onward and made him pay for it. A little wrinkle in the lineup certainly pays off with the Angels, or for the Angels, I should say. With Trout jumping up to the 2 spot, Cole dropping to the number 5 spot. A 14-hit attack tonight. Something that we talked about before the game. Trying to find some balance up and down that lineup, which we haven't seen a whole lot of. And not only that, not only did you get that balance, you also got the pitching to support it with Matt Shoemaker. 6 solid innings, finishing up, retiring 10 in a row. Halos win it 7-0. One of the heroes of the game, Luis Valbuena. Let's go down to Jill Painter-Lopez. Jill.
Well, Luis, congratulations on the shutout win tonight. You had 3 hits, the home run in the second to lead that second inning off, and it got things started for this offense. What were you looking to do there?
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy because I had a good game, and I'm looking for my pitch, and I'll be aggressive in the zone.
And then, of course, 14 hits from this offense with a new lineup. Mike Scioscia changed things around. Obviously, it worked, and this Angels offense came up with 7 runs. What did you like about what you guys did tonight at the plate?
No, everybody in focus, and looking for the pitch. Everybody put something for win the game. Everybody together, la family. Did you see the difference?
You had 3 hits, and you were the hard part of the cycle, shy of that triple. Of course, in that last at bat, were you looking to try and put a ball in the gap there? Were you thinking about that?
No. I tried to have a good at bat, good contact. I not think about that.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, the Angels shut out the Tigers behind a strong performance from Matt Shoemaker and 14 hits from the Angels offense. Stay with us because Angels Live with Alex Curry and Jose Mota is coming up next.